What is up, guys? My name is Matthew and welcome to my channel. Today, let's talk about NFTs. Let's talk about you and cut that. Let me tell you about a tactic to upgrade your investing to the next level where you're investing in people. So if you guys all remember back in the day when collecting was mainly just sports cards, sneakers, or painting or canvases, yeah, we've changed to digital currency and digital assets. Think about it. Nowadays with digital artwork, people are going to have no inventory for their art, and they're going to be able to display their art in maybe their living room, their kitchen, on a TV that they can flip through different pieces of art and just show off to their friends and family. Think about it. Your mom's thinking about what to eat for dinner. You just bought a piece of artwork that was a cake. Boom, she makes cake right there. What can I say? Inspiration. Jokes aside, let's get into what NFTs are. And NFTs are non-fungible tokens that are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on the blockchain. Now, these tokens cannot be replicated in any shape, way, or form. There's only going to be one authenticated piece of artwork that a creator makes, and then mints copies of those to give out to the people that support them. So as far as NFTs go, they are not fungible, meaning that they cannot be traded for anything else. So let's say, and if we were to bring this to an example in the real world, I give you a $10 bill, you give me 2 5s. It's the same thing. But you cannot do the same thing with these NFTs, and they are one of a kind only. Now, traditional art like paintings hold their value because only one of those paintings were ever created. However, with NFTs, digital files can endlessly be created and replicated over and over, but it is the digital contract and certificates that you are buying. You are owning the rights to that piece of art. Now, these pieces of art can be digital art, music, songs, and even JPEG files. So it's really limitless to what you can and cannot sell as an NFT. Now, the price of an NFT is never going to be a one-size-fits-all price because the price at the end of the day is what somebody else is willing to pay for it. Now, it's like an open market on eBay where somebody's willing to bid up something because they like it. Maybe like a Cheeto that's shaped in a weird form or something else, right? But if somebody sees value in a piece of art that they would admire and enjoy, then they're willing to pay a premium for that. Now, here's how we're going to establish how much an NFT should be worth over the course of a long term. And we're going to use the acronym RISE, R-I-S-E. Now, R is going to resemble rarity and how many of those copies of that piece of artwork exist and are minted on the blockchain. So when you buy an NFT, only so many of those copies of that digital art has been created. And it's really going to depend on the creator on how many they want to release out to the world. Now, that number can be anything from 1 to whatever, who knows, right? And it's really up to the artist to decide that. But the less there is, the more demand there is going to be for that. So if there's a digital piece of artwork by one special creator and there's only one of them, somebody is going to pay a pretty hefty premium for that one copy of that NFT. Going into I, we have influence. Now, this is going to depend on the creator and the community that they have around them. So if a creator has a lot of followers and a lot of following and their brand is actually just really, really big, then it's likely that their fans will support them in the event that they do launch an NFT and do get this digital artwork piece out. Then we have S, or significance. And this is really the story or significant piece behind this NFT. Let's say an artist is dropping their first ever album that made them millions and that really made them to what they are today. And maybe that piece of artwork is going to be worth many, many more dollars down in the future. So just by having significance and having a story to that creator is going to be special. And that's something that somebody might be willing to pay a premium for in the future. Lastly, E is for excitement. Will you enjoy looking at this piece of art, and will others enjoy it? Many people may be buying NFTs to just look at it and admire it on their walls and on their tablets or whatever. But a lot of people may be buying it in anticipation that this might go up in value. So will somebody else take that piece of artwork off your hands? And you kind of have to ask yourself that, because if you're investing in a piece of art, you want it to go up in value, and with more excitement and more enthusiasm around that piece of art, more people will likely want to buy that. So it's just something to think about. So let's go and address some of the doubts that people have with NFTs. And people are saying,
if it's just a digital copy, why don't you just take a screenshot and you'll have it forever?
But it doesn't really work like that, because if you look at the example that Blau gave us, he said anybody can have the Mona Lisa if they buy it on Amazon for $53. But if you were to buy the real Mona Lisa, there's something with that original piece that someone is willing to pay for. And that's what makes it special at the end of the day. So just by having something that is authenticated and something that is real, then more people are willing to pay a premium for that. And the second doubt that many people have is, are we in an NFT bubble? Everybody's talking about NFTs. What's this whole big deal with NFTs? Well, I think that a lot of people don't really know what it is yet, and many people haven't been exposed to what an NFT is, or many people haven't owned an NFT before. Now, since it's got a lot of hype and many people are starting to get into the hobby of collecting digital art pieces, then I think we're actually on the start of maybe this huge run up that we're gonna get eventually sometime later this year or sometime next year, who knows, right? But I think that we're just getting started, and a lot of people are just being introduced to NFTs, and many people might want to keep this NFT game in the long term and just start investing in different pieces of art. To be completely transparent, I recently just got into NFTs, and I've been doing a lot of research just to figure out what they are and the value and the long-term opportunity of NFTs to our human world, and I'm going to recite that to you in the rest of this video. Man, people online are selling everything as an NFT, and I mean literally everything. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey's first ever tweet was actually going on bid for $2.5 million. And that's how much somebody is willing to pay for the first ever tweet by Jack Dorsey. It's art. And then going aside from that, we have Logan Paul's Pokemon card. We know Pokemon has been really huge this past year, and he created an NFT of himself on a Pokemon card, which is pretty cool. And Taco Bell. Who would have thought that Taco Bell would have came out with an NFT? And their NFT is literally just memes and GIFs of just Taco Bell stuff. Now, these creators and companies are really getting into this NFT space, and they're really experimenting and testing the waters out of what's really going to sell and what's valuable to somebody else. Well, you're probably asking yourself, if I buy the NFT, what's in it for me and what do I benefit? Now, the first benefit is that you don't even have to have storage for your artwork. Now, in the past few decades, we had artwork that we'd have to hang on our walls, and 5 people would have to come inside and help us lift that heavy piece of art and put it on the wall. And that might take couple minutes, couple hours maybe. But now with an NFT, you can just display a TV or some kind of tablet on your kitchen, on your door, whatever, and you can just display that for the people that you want to show, and you can switch throughout different pieces of artwork, and you don't have to have the hassle of somebody coming into your house and somebody just putting in that time to replace that piece of art. This is because all your NFTs are living on the blockchain, and it's basically the storage for all your digital art. Now, the next ownership benefit is actually really important, and I think this is really going to change the whole NFT industry and all the corporations eventually in the future. If there is a 1 out of 1 copy of a Chipotle burrito and it says you can have all the burritos that you want in your entire lifespan if you have this NFT, it is the access to get exclusive membership, exclusive deals with the NFT. There's so many endless things that creators can do to incorporate their fans and their customer base. Now, I think that's really going to change over time, because let's say you're launching a book, and whoever has this book NFT, they're able to join your book club and maybe just read along with you and just meet up and go to different kind of calls and just hear you talk. Now, that's really valuable to somebody else, and it's really going to be important in how we see NFTs and how it's going to shape the world. Now, the long-term success of NFTs is going to depend on how much customers value the specific and special things that creators and companies give them. Now, we're already starting to see this implementation of NFTs being used in the real world. And that's really where the value is. And how much is someone willing to pay to go backstage and see their favorite singer? With a lot of things, there's not really a set price, and it's always coming down to the willingness to pay from the individuals. Now, here's a shift that I see in my mind. I think that we're going to see a shift in physical assets to more digital assets, but I don't really think we're going to go from fully physical to fully digital. I think we're going to shift over slowly, and more people will be okay with accepting the fact that digital assets are real and they exist in our real world. Just think about it. You don't have to have inventory for your art, it's portable everywhere, and it unlocks a whole new customer experience for you. Who knows how long this is going to take to play out, but I really think that we're in the beginning of unlocking the capabilities that NFTs can bring to our real world. But at the end of the day, make sure that you are only buying pieces that you appreciate and that you think are really nice pieces, because every piece has ability to fail, and you are not guaranteed that your NFT will go up in value. So if it goes down in value, you're okay with it because you love the piece at the end of the day. It's just something nice to look at. But what do I know? I'm just a dude on a white couch, so be strategic with your money. If you enjoyed the value given in this video, please consider smashing that thumbs up button and subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Do you own any NFTs? If so, let me know down in that comment section. I've been trying to get more content out about stock market investing and stock market news, but this one just seems so interesting to me. If this video gets enough attention, I'll show you the NFTs that I bought recently and the ones that I think will do really well over the long term. So remember to invest in only the best. Peace out.